Welcome back. So far we have learned of the generational investment opportunity that is Asia today. It is time to have a look at the risks. Contrary to what you might expect watching mainstream media, that risk is not political. It is not North Korea, nor the disputing of islands in the South China Sea or civil unrests in China. In fact, is there any historic precedent where a system or a country slides into political trouble while the great majority of its people grows wealthier and more comfortable every year? No, the standout investment risk in Asia is China's level of debt and the stability of its financial system. Along with our major developed markets, China has expanded its debt to unprecedented levels during the global financial crisis since 2008. Generally, it is believed that an overall debt level above 200% of GDP is dangerous and unsustainable. So why should we not be worried about the total debt level of China approaching 300% of GDP? Of course, we're all aware the US, Europe and Japan carry far larger levels of debt. The chart on screen shows an approximation put together from various sources. World leaders have been trying to justify these debts to us and have engaged in various unusual, unprecedented and unproven monetary actions to avoid dealing with these debts. But if history is any guide, it would be foolish to dismiss the enormous risks that are being taken, especially since none of the developed economies can rely on any substantial mitigating forces. We're all aware of the results of their policies 12 years into the crisis. But Western governments' failure to restore balance to their financial system is not the subject here. Rather, we want to look at why things are different in China. Now, China's economy is in the fortunate position to profit from a number of factors, some of which bring natural relief to its debt burden. First among those, China is still growing at a rapid pace, and that offers a natural and quasi-automatic path to debt reduction relative to the production capacity of its economy. Despite a slowdown from unsustainable growth rates, China is still set to expand between 5 and 10% annually for years to come. While big sections of Shanghai, Beijing, Shenzhen and other cities along the eastern seaboard appear like the future of metropolitan living, there are still large parts of the country that lag far behind. 2. China does not rely on debt for growth, but has shown to use it when circumstances command. When it became apparent that its debt was becoming too large, China's leadership reacted and stepped on the brakes in early 2018. And, showing great confidence in the strength of their economy, they followed through with another round of planned state enterprise restructurings that cost millions of jobs, and at the same time waging a trade war with the US. This is a crucial difference to the mechanics of our Western developed economies that have come to rely on ever-expanding debts to keep their economies and their stock markets afloat. 3. China has historically had one of the highest savings rates on the planet, ranging between 45 and 50% of GDP. With less than 10% of its debt in foreign denomination, its liabilities are well covered by its own savings. And fourth, and key to any assessment of China's near-term financial and economic risks, China's economy is shielded from external market forces as it continues to run a closed balance of payments, and its government still owns the bulk of its banks and financial service businesses. Now, undoubtedly, we should be concerned by any government running such a central part of its economy. History tells us that it will lead to crisis eventually. Yet, the time to worry about China's economy is not today. At this stage of its development, and in particular amid the enormous liquidity created by the globally leading central banks, China's control of its financial system has to be counted as a crucial advantage. And if the past 12 years since the break of the global financial crisis have taught us anything, it is just how much China is in control of its destiny. And even in the likely event that large Western economies have to face another financial crisis, China looks strong and has ample fiscal and monetary room to hold its economy stable and expanding. Thank you for watching.